Hey guys, Dave here. I know I've made a Twitter poll asking which video you guys wanted to see next, my arrow roast or my last video about Savitar, and I was originally going to do the arrow roast, but my phone crapped out on me. I'm hoping I can update this for a smaller video size so it'll hopefully work. So sorry about that. I'll get to hopefully the arrow roast tomorrow. Anyway, here's what's going on. This is the final moments before we get to see the final reveal of who the hell Savitar is. So, a lot of people are placing their final bets, as it were. So, that's what I'm doing here. If you take a look at my last video about Savitar, I think it was quite interesting because everyone's trying to talk about the person in the suit. Now, there's a lot of speculation going on, and I'm going to cover that as well. However, I think that the reason that no one's figured out who Savitar is because he's not one person. He's technically two things. Now, as far as the person in the suit, right now, yeah, there's a lot of people talking. Is it future Barry? Well, it's a possibility, but would Caitlin trust a future Barry? That doesn't really make sense considering how Barry feels. How she feels like Barry pushed her away, so it doesn't make much sense of why she would trust him. Dante? Possibly. Dante could, in fact, be someone that Caitlin would listen to for someone coming back from the dead. I mean, she technically came back from the dead, so maybe. Could it be Eddie somehow returned? Maybe, but I don't think that she would be willing to jump on the bandwagon for Eddie either. Could it be an evil Jay Garrick? No, there's too many, evil speedsters that people have beloved that turn out to be evil. I'm not sure that people are going to want to accept that anymore. Especially after her relationship with Hunter, a.k.a. the fake Jay. Could it be HR? I mean, it's possible. We saw what looked like HR on the roof with a gun. However, it could have been Harry. It could have been Harry with the Earth 2 cannon, so we don't know. I don't think it's going to be HR, because once again, Tom Cavanaugh playing yet again someone that betrays the team again. No. I'm thinking that right now, if I had to place a bet, with everything else that's been narrowed down, in combination with my belief of who the armor of Savitar is, I'm going to have to go with Ronnie Raymond. Think about this. Last time we saw him, he was fighting alongside Flash, trying to close the singularity. Flash was using his speed to try to stabilize the wormhole while Ronnie detonated. Martin Stein fell and was caught, but Ronnie was never seen again. So, it looks like he was stuck up into the singularity. Now, he says that he knows about Team Flash. I can get that. He was stuck in a hellish prison, reliving his worst day over and over again, which would drive anybody mad. And he seems to also know about the future. Now, here's the kicker. Ronnie is the perfect human half to interact with. Now, as I said on my last video, I believe the metal half actually could be not only the bad guy this season, but could have a profound effect on next season's bad guy if it is in fact the Thinker. Now, here's what I mean. There was a Wally West villain named Kilgore. He was an alien artificial intelligence, essentially. A living computer virus. This thing had come to Earth, and it was moving extremely fast. It was it basically had conquered its world. It was then imprisoned in a limbo. It managed to make its way to Earth. It was moving so fast, only speedsters or people moving in high-speed jets could see it. And he also had the ability to manipulate electricity and conduits, things like that. So, think about this for a second. Imagine that Kilgore was an alien conqueror, their version of Brainiac, effectively. Something on his world managed to stop him and trap him in a limbo, a place between dimensions. So, there he was stuck. However, before that time, he was able to manipulate electricity. Normally this would mean machines and stuff like that. But what if he was also able to tap the speed force, becoming incredibly faster? Using technology, he was able to travel between worlds, one Earth to another, finding speedsters and doing what we thought Zoom was doing, which was taking their speed. So he's a built-up speed force battery, which is why he's so much faster than everyone else, because he's hogging all the speed force. So, here he is, trapped in limbo, until the singularity opens up. Then, he manages to talk to Ronnie about working together. See, that's the thing. He needs a pilot. He needs a symbiotic host to latch onto. And let's face it, Ronnie is not only used to merging as being one half of the nuclear man, but he would have a perfect technological interface to work with Kilgore via the quantum splicer. Haven't heard too much about that lately, but it is something that's still apparently important to the TV version of Firestorm. We don't see Jefferson Jackson mentioning it or using it, but no, it just, whenever they come together, boom, it just appears. But the splicer apparently is still a very key, important thing. So it seems like the reason we don't know is because there's two of them. And here's the thing. We know for a fact that one day Barry is going to create Gideon, the super advanced quantum computer that is so advanced that they even use the basis for it in the 22nd century for the Time Masters. Where do you think he gets the technology to get that from? Except possibly from something like Kilgore. And in the comics, Kilgore wasn't just a Flash villain. He also eventually had created had taken over computer banks in a mountain, and in the comics, Maxwell Lord had discovered them. So he used this technology to become rich and to assemble the Justice League. But it was all for Kilgore's own desires. So, instead of something like Maxwell Lord, which does already exist in Supergirl, what if Kilgore provides the thinking cap, a device that allows to not only boost the mental processes of someone, but has a storehouse of knowledge from his place between worlds, between universes, in limbo? What if he was able to observe everything in the other worlds, and being a computer, was able to break down that information? What if the reason he's able to say what's going to happen is because it's data? He saw an alternate future, or the most likely possible future that this is happening, and he's saying it all mysterious and stuff like lore because, well, if he talks like a god that's using magic, no one's going to suspect that it's just a computer program that's perceived the future as a quantum device. So, place your bets. Who you thinking is going to be Savitar? Right now, if I had to guess, the human half will be a converted and driven insane Ronnie Raymond, while the technological part is Kilgore, someone that may lead to the technology of the Thinker in next season. So what do you guys think? Place your bets. Peace.